Alright, so welcome back everyone. As I mentioned in my last video, today I'll be going over some core exercises with all of you and how different areas of the core are impacted by each of these workouts. So core workouts are extremely easy to do from home because many of them require some space on the floor and no equipment at all. So there are a ton of benefits to training the core often, and it often gets overlooked by your average exerciser. So I'll be going over those benefits as well as some of the anatomy of the core. And then I'll dive into some core workouts that fit each specific muscle group of the core. Alright, and as I mentioned in my prior videos, I'd like to acknowledge again that when you're using my exercise videos, to use common sense. To reduce and avoid any injuries, you'll want to check with your doctor before beginning any fitness program. And by performing any of these exercises, you are performing them at your own risk. I will not be responsible or liable for any injury or harm you could potentially sustain as a result of these fitness videos or any information shared. Thank you for understanding. Alright, so your core is made up of three muscle groups which are located in the anterior, lateral, and posterior parts of your core. So the anterior part of your core is made up of mainly the transverse abdominis as well as the rectus abdominis. Lateral part is made up of your obliques, your internal and external ones, and the posterior area is made up of your rectus spinae and the multifidus. So there are many benefits to training each of these areas of the core evenly, and the main one is to help improve your posture. Your posture can affect many things, and in particular, poor posture can lead to lower back pain. Having a strong core all around can help alleviate this pain, and this is a common problem that many people have in the world to deal with on a daily basis. So I know from personal experience that working every aspect of your core is important because I had to receive physical therapy due to the fact that my core muscles were so weak in my back at one point in my life. So it was even a struggle to get out of bed in the morning, so being mindful of this is very important. Also, training your core helps improve your balance and stability. These benefits seem to go all hand in hand and kind of act as a chain reaction. So if one area of your core is not properly trained, it can lead to poor posture, which can also lead to poor stability, and this will ultimately cause poor balance. So again, this is important to understand, and with that being said, I'll go over some specific muscle groups and what exercises are beneficial for all of them. Alright, so for the first group of core muscles, we got the frontal that we're going to go over, and that'll be made up of the rectus abdominis and the transverse abdominis mainly. Some exercises we can do to focus these parts of the body are elbow planks, crunches, sit-ups, and hanging leg raises. If you got a bar you can hang on to, those are really effective for this as well. So we'll go over a couple of these real shortly. So the first exercise we got is the elbow planks. For this, you want to make sure that you're squeezing your core the whole time, and you want to make sure you have a flat back. You don't want to arch it too much. You don't want to be sagging your hips down towards the floor either. So just want to make sure you're at like a parallel bridge to the ground. And again, make sure you're squeezing that core to really get the most out of this workout. So next we just got our basic crunches or sit-ups. Either one are just as effective for these. The crunches will focus more on the top of the abs, and then sit-ups will focus more on the whole rectus abdominis. But again, just make sure you're squeezing your core this whole time and make sure you get that full contraction. Alright, so our next group of core muscles are the lateral core muscles. This is mainly made up of the internal oblique and the external oblique. The ones that are highlighted on the right are the external, and the internal are underneath those. Some exercises we can do to focus these muscles are some side planks on your elbows, bicycle kicks, and windshield wipers laying on your back with your legs. So I'll go over a couple of these just to clarify. So for this one, we got our basic side planks, and again, just like the elbow planks, you want to make sure that your hips aren't sagging down too much or up too high. You just want to make sure you keep that contraction in the middle of your core just to get the most out of this workout. Alright, next we got our bicycle kicks. These are really effective in a couple different ways. So they're good for your core, and they're also good cardio workouts as well if you do them in circuits. But again, for this one, as you kick your leg out, you want to bring your elbow to the opposite knee that's coming towards you. So yep, just make sure you have your core contracted this whole time as well. Alright, and lastly we have our posterior core muscles. These are mainly made up of the erector spinae and the multifidus. Some exercises we can do to focus these areas of the body are some laying back planks and partner back extensions. Also, we can do some Supermans, which I'll be going over in a video shortly with you. Alright, so this is the laying back plank, or laying back bridge, whatever you want to call it. Just like the rest of our bridges and planks, we want to make sure our hips aren't sagging or up too high. You really want to just contract your lower back and your glutes and your frontal core as well, just to get the most out of this workout. Alright, next we got our Supermans. This is also a very good lower back workout. For this, you just want to make sure you're laying flat on the ground, and you want to raise your arms and your legs at the same time, and make sure you're just contracting that lower back and glute area to get the most out of this one. So that about wraps up this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this one, maybe even learned a thing or two. Just like to reiterate that the core shouldn't be overlooked, because strong core is important to have for all functions, whether it's for weight training or simply just going for a walk or doing your daily routine. So your core is constantly active when you're moving. To avoid any chronic pain in your spine or torso, it is important to train these muscles evenly and with caution. So I hope you enjoyed watching this one. For my final video, I will be doing circuit training and how to do that from home. So thank you again.